Hi everybody, wanted to do a video explaining the weapons, star cards and traits in Star Wars Battlefront. Basically how you make your custom classes, because it can be a little bit confusing to say the least. So to start off with, what you do is you go across to the collect section and then go down to your unlocks. Now you might not have all of these things that we go through today unlocked. As you level up through the game, as you get more points, things become available, and then you can buy them to open them up and generally improve your character. So let's start off with the easy one, blasters. Now, I always recommend Star Wars Battlefront, if you want to enjoy it, it is at its best in the large player modes. So we're talking Walker Assault, Supremacy, or a Turning Point. And for me, the weapon that I keep coming back to all the time is the standard DLT-19 blaster. It doesn't do that much damage, but it has a really fast rate of fire, has good range and great cooling power as well, and it's really good at kind of medium to really medium ranges where it really excels at, but it can still finish people off close, and you can hit people from further away as well. And on the larger maps, it is a great weapon. So I would say start with the DLT-19. Experiment a bit. You might find that like the D8-17 blaster is better up close, or if you fancy doing a bit of sniping, I've even been having a go with the I think it was the D21B, I think I've been having a go with. Yeah, but the weapon I always go back to is the DLT-19. Now, it's not particularly good up close, so for if you're playing Blast or any of the smaller sort of 12-person game modes, it's not as good. For the bigger game modes, it's great. So that's the DLT-19. Now, let's go into star cards. Now, star cards, just imagine, this is the custom class creator. That's what it is. It's like in Black Ops 3 or where you're going in and you're choosing your specialist and then you're choosing your perks. It's exactly like that. Or if you're in Battlefield and you're choosing your whether you're going to be a sniper or recon, and you're going to be choosing your weapons and the attachments you take. This is what star cards are, but they just do it in this way where you have cards. Don't ask me why, but they do. So what you can see here is you can see all the cards. Now, again, I think I've got lots of them, most of them unlocked here. You might not have them all yet, but as you level up, you will. And all these cards do different things. So, for example, there's the thermal detonator, which is basically a grenade. There's a scout pistol, which you can whip out and fire a couple of times at great short range. Ion grenades, jump packs, homing shots, which is like a missile you can fire. And then you'll see these ones with the little markers on. Now, what these ones are, these are special star cards that they're a bit like they're a perk, basically, that you can equip. And so, for example, this one is the cooling cell. So when you're using your blaster, it heats up. And then if you use it for too long, it gets too hot to use and it has to cool down. By having the cooling cell card, you can activate that and it will cool your gun really fast. Or there's focus fire. And this one does, when you activate it, your gun becomes more accurate. Iron shot makes your weapon capable of firing out iron bullets or charges, which are really good against shields and vehicles. And scan pulse, which gives you like a radar blip. Explosive shot, which again makes your bullets explode when they hit things, so they've got more splash damage. And personal shield, you pop that and you've got a shield for a few seconds. And what all these star cards have in common is you can, when you use them, they'll activate for a period of time. So, for example, the pulse cannon, you get one shot out of it, and then it recharges. For example, the pulse cannon, it has a cooldown of 15 seconds, so you can only use it once every 15 seconds. The impact grenade, you throw that, and then you've got to wait 20 seconds. Focus fire, it's active for 10 seconds, so it will give you 10 seconds of use to make your gun more accurate, and then it'll be on the cooldown. So as you can see, there's loads of different things that we can play with here to create our custom class. And you do that by making a hand. Alright, so if we go down to the hand section here. So here we go. So here we have a hand. Now, this particular hand here is my recon hand. You see at the bottom where it says recon? And so what I've done here, I've chose the homing shot which is you can aim that at somebody and it's a guided missile. I've chosen the pulse cannon, which again is a one-shot kind of, it's a bit like a sniper rifle type thing. And I've chosen focus fire as my special one. So that I'll probably, if I'm using my long-range blaster, I activate that, and that gives me more accuracy to take people down. So that's my hands. Now, if you come down a little bit further, you'll see these arrows, and you can create quite a few different hands. So this first one that I have, number 1, is called, I've renamed it to my high explosive hand. So it's an impact grenade, a thermal detonator, and my special middle star card is my explosive shot. And then if we go across, I've got my anti-walker. So if I'm playing as a rebel on Walker Assault, or rebel quite a lot, I've got my ion torpedo, which is really good against walkers. I've got my ion grenade, which is really, really good against walkers and ATSTs. And my ion shot, which means, again, I can attack the AT-ATs or the ATSTs or turrets and all that sort of stuff. Then I've got my hunter hand, which is the jump pack, so I can move around the map fast. An impact grenade, because they're just good at lobbing at people. My scan pulse, so I can see where people are. Recon we've talked about, and mobile is just a variation of that. So I've got a jump pack, personal shield, so I can pop that when I get into trouble, and barrage, which is like a little kind of grenade launcher that fires grenades at once. Now, also you'll see on the right, you'll see the traits. Now, I think traits become available after level 10. And the trait is, it's a bit like a perk in Black Ops 3 or a Call of Duty, or a bit like a field upgrade in Battlefield. So, for example, if you choose the Bounty Hunter trait, it means that to start off with, you'll have reduced damage compared to everybody else. And if you stay alive and get lots of kills, you'll then get medium damage reduction and then high damage reduction. So you might think that's for you. Survivalist, it judges on health regeneration. So the longer you stay alive, you'll level up to get the benefits of this trait. And if you die, you then drop down a level. So if you tend to die a lot, they don't always make that much difference. But if you can stay alive, they can be really useful. For example, with Scout, by equipping Scout, firing your blaster means you don't appear on the radar, which is really cool, isn't it? That's a nice, good basic one to have. And then as you go up a level, if you run, that won't appear on the radar as well. Bounty Hunter is one that I'm really liking at the moment, because with Bounty Hunter, every time you use it, you've got a good chance of getting a power up, which you then can equip. So every time you kill somebody, there's a chance you'll get something like the imploder grenade. I can't remember what it's called now. The orbital strike, the squad shield, the guns on the tripods, all that stuff. Super useful it is. And if you get it up to level 3, it means that you really can. You basically, every time you kill somebody, you'll get a power up. And also what happens is your star cards cool down immediately. So if, for example, you had the Bounty Hunter on let's go back to my Recon setup. On my Recon setup, every time if I get it up to level 3, every time I kill somebody, my pulse cannon cooldown time will disappear. So if I kill somebody with a pulse cannon, immediately I can use it again. So it's super powerful. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they nerfed it soon, but it's a very powerful thing. So hopefully that kind of explains what hands are. You have your equipment, you have your special card in the middle, which is a modifier normally for your main weapon or gives you something else, and then your trait, which is like a perk. Now, you can only take 2 different hands into battle. That's why on the left-hand side you've got hand and second hand. So before you go into a game, come into this section and choose what your hands will be. My ones tend to be something like anti-walker, because we end up playing Walker Assault most of the time. And then my second one, at the moment I'm playing with this Recon one, but a lot of the time it will be the high explosive, because that's a good general purpose hand, and I'll take that into almost any battle. So a kind of final thing is that these sort of golden yellowy special star cards that are in the middle, these require charges. Now, you can pick up charges around the battlefield, or Battlefront as you're running around, but you can also buy them. They're not very expensive as you play the game, so just keep an eye on how many you've got on a particular one you're using, and then you just buy some more. So what am I getting low on? Let's have a look. Focus fire, I'm quite low. I've only got 18 left, so I'm just going to buy 25 for 1,700. Now, I've got 24,000 credits, or whatever they are, so I've got loads of them. I'm not big into sort of getting the little customization things, and so that means you've got plenty of charges when you go into battle. So there we go. That is Star Wars Battlefront's class creation system. They call it cards. I know it's a bit confusing, but so with your blaster, go with the DLT-19, and then you use cards with your hands. Create something like I have here with like an anti-walker hand with an iron grenade, iron torpedo. Well, definitely the iron torpedo and the iron shot, and then something of your choice for your second hand. I mean, I quite like grenades, although I don't like grenade spam in this game. They are very useful to keep lobbing at people to take them down and make them go away. So there we go. If that helps you understand the custom class creation system in Star Wars Battlefront, I'm really, really glad. If you've got your own ideas and comments, stick them down below. If you enjoyed the video, press like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you again soon.